Appreciate the laughs and stay tuned for my next set. Bye! Have a great night, everyone. Stories? Let's keep the laughs going. Alright, so I was walking down the street the other day, and I saw a woman who had her groceries in a shopping cart. She tripped and all her groceries fell out. I couldn't help but laugh. I get it. That's really funny.
All right, I've got another one. What did the chicken say when it crossed the road?
I don't know, but I'm positive it's not as funny as the last one.
He said, "I'm going to KFC." The jury is still out.
Well, I haven't heard anything yet, but it could be a good sign.
I don't know, it certainly could mean they're not interested, but you never know.
That prove it. Unbelievable, right?
I'm skeptical, but I guess stranger things have happened.
Well, I guess only time will tell. Ooh, I'm in. What do the stakes involve?
How about the loser has to do the winner's laundry for a week?
Well, I'm obviously not going to pass up a bet like that. Count me in.
Okay, it's a deal. Let's see who can guess the outcome the best.
So, what's new? Anything exciting happen lately?
Well, I was driving along the other day and I thought to myself, what if I just drove off a cliff?
What? You can't be serious.
No, of course not. But it did make me realize just how little control I actually have in life. We never really know what's around the corner, you know?
Yeah, I guess not. That's why you gotta take each day as it comes.
Exactly. Just try to keep a positive attitude and take things as they come.
You know, you're right. Life can be unpredictable, but that doesn't mean we have to react negatively.
Exactly.
So I guess the old proverb is true, what goes around comes around.
Yeah, I guess the same can be said for comedy. What's funny today may not be tomorrow. We've all had jokes that bombed at one point or another. And don't get me started on hecklers.
Those guys can really ruin a set. All they want to do is be heard and make everyone else suffer.
Well, sometimes they can actually be funny, but most of the time it's just painful.
I know, it's like you're caught in a bad stand-up comedy time loop. I think the secret to staying funny is to keep things fresh and unpredictable.
Yeah, you gotta keep the audience on their toes and guessing what's coming next. That's how you keep them laughing.
So what did you get up to today? Anything exciting?
Just went to the bank. Tried to open a new account, but I kept getting the same response. They said I didn't have enough money to open one.
That's ridiculous.
Tell me about it. couldn't believe it. I guess millionaires have to open accounts somewhere else. Anyway, I'm still trying to figure out what to do now. Any ideas? Maybe I should try a credit union.
Hey, that's not a bad idea. It's worth a shot.
Yeah, why not? Then I can get a better interest rate on my savings. I mean, who would have thought that something like this could happen? It's like a bad dream. But maybe there's something we can do to get them to change their minds. I'm sure we can think of something creative.
Yeah, that's true. We've got to come up with some clever solution. I mean, it's worth a try, right? I just hope it doesn't backfire on us. This could be a huge mistake if we don't think it through.
Don't worry, we'll figure something out. We're bound to come up with something amusing.
You think so? Alright, let's brainstorm.
Great. Okay, let me see.
Hey everyone! So I heard the other day that there's a new diet out called the Elmo diet. Have any of you heard about it? It's where you only eat red M&Ms and sit on the couch all day. You know, kind of like my life. So I'm thinking of trying it out. Anyone else here willing to join me in my experiment? Hey, if it works out then maybe we'll be able to sell the Elmo diet as the new fad.
Me too. Let's make the most of it.
I'm all for that. Just be careful, we don't want to get too out of hand.
Agreed. I'm just happy we're all here.
Here! Now let's enjoy the evening. I was at the bank the other day, and all they gave me was a lollipop. What kind of bank is that? My neighbor just had a baby. It's so tiny and cute, I can barely make out its gender. I just saw a sign on the side of the road that said free compost. What does that even mean? Did you know that butter toast always lands butter side down? Don't worry, I tested it. My friend asked me for $1 so he could buy some ice cream. I gave it to him, but he never came back with the ice cream. I was walking by the pet store yesterday and saw a sign that said, all pets half off.
Hey, Larry. I heard you got a new job as a comedian. How's it going?
It's going great. I'm really enjoying myself. What about you? Are you still performing?
Yes, I'm doing some stand-up at a local comedy club. How about you? What kind of jokes are you telling?
I'm mostly doing observational humor. I like to make fun of everyday situations and the quirks of society.
Hey Fred, do you remember why we're here?
Not a clue. What do you think? I think we should be here to spread some laughs.
That's a great idea. Let's make it our mission to make everyone laugh today. So let's come up with something funny. What do you have in mind?
How about a funny joke about two cats walking into a bar?
Ha ha ha, that sounds hilarious. Let's try it out. Two cats walk into a bar and the bartender says, "What'll it be?" The first cat says, "I'll have a martini." The second cat says, "I'll just have a glass of water, but make it quick because I'm in a hurry." I saw the strangest thing on TV last night.
What did you see? Was it a show about nothing?
Nope, it was a show about alligators in Paris. They were racing through the streets and munching on wine and cheese. Can you imagine? I mean, what are the chances?
That sounds like something from a dream. But it does remind me of the time I saw a caterpillar juggling. I even asked it for a few tricks, but it just kept on juggling. I guess it didn't want to share its secrets. This morning, and there was a sign outside that read "No shirt, no shoes, no service." And all I could think was how much money they were losing out on by not letting me in there. So I'm walking around, trying to get my shoeless self into the store, when all of a sudden, this little old lady comes up and says, "Sonny, what are you doing?" And I said, "Well, ma'am, it says no shirt, no shoes, no service." And she said, "I don't see any problem. Just put your shirt on." So I did, and sure enough, that was all it took to get me into the store. As for the shoes though, I'm still working on getting a pair. Thanks for listening everyone, have a great night. Alright, so this next one is about my experience at the airport last week. So I'm in the TSA line, with my shoes off and all that stuff, and the guy behind me taps me on the shoulder and says, "Hey man, you can't." So I'm walking down the street the other day and I see this guy coming towards me. He looks really familiar, and when he gets closer, I finally realize who it was. It was my old high school English teacher. So I'm like, "What are you doing here?" And he says, "I'm a panhandler." I said, "Oh, okay. What are you panhandling for?" He looks me straight in the eyes and says, "Experience." Nickel for every thought I had at 5 cents. Man, it's tough to pay rent these days. I asked my landlord if I could pay half now and the other half later, and he said, "No problem, just don't come back." Alright, that's it for me. Thanks so much for having me and have a great night. Thanks for the great laughs. You guys have been. So I was walking home the other day and saw a bird, right? I thought to myself, this bird needs a name. So what did I do? I named him Carl. What kind of name is Carl for a bird? I mean, come on. Anyways, so I'm walking with Carl and all of a sudden this car pulls up next to me. The driver rolls down the window and he says, "What are you two doing?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" "We're just walking here." And then the driver says, "I know what you're up to. You two are planning world domination." I just looked at the driver and said, "What can I say? We're ambitious." So that's my story for tonight. Thanks for listening. Alright, now let's hear some of your funny.
Oh my gosh, I just had the craziest dream.
What did you dream about?
Yeah, I want to hear this one.
Well, I was walking down the street and this giant mouse chased me.
That's wild.
Where was the giant mouse taking you? To cheese heaven?
I wish. No, it was taking me to my job interview.
That's even crazier. What was the job?
It was for a professional windsurfer.
Professional windsurfer. What a dream.
Alright, well, I was out walking the other day and saw a sign that said, "Smile, it could be worse." So I smiled, and sure enough, it got worse. Alright, so I was at the bank the other day and this teller asked me what my favorite color is. So I said beige, and he gave me a funny look, like I had said something wrong. Then he asked what my second favorite color was, and I said toast. Then he just shrugged his shoulders and moved on to the next customer. So I'm walking around the grocery store and this old lady stops me and says, "Do you know where they keep the eggs?" And I say, "No way, I don't do impressions." So I'm in the checkout line and this guy behind me taps me on the shoulder and asks, "Do you have any single dollar bills?" And I say, "Nope, but I got a lot of excuses." So I'm at the bar and this girl asks if I want to buy her a drink. And I say, "Sure, why not? It's not like I don't have enough regrets already." So I'm at the park and this kid comes up to me, asking for my autograph. And I say, "Sure thing, as long as you promise not to tell anyone who signed it." So I'm in the elevator and this guy asks me, "What floor are you going to?" And I say, "None of your business, who do you think I am, Siri?" Alright everybody, thanks for coming out tonight.
I'm not getting a show for a baby shower.
Yeah.
Yep. Let me call you, Mr. Lippman, this is Fred, and I got to get one of that.
David calls?
No, no, no. You had a little unusual.
I don't know. I mean, let's say that way, I can't really go back to Yankee Stadium for the tickets.
No.
Hey, cackler, you can't be careful to the bar. I just wish it was not important. I understand Gutenberg had a great time and will try on letting us to catch us with the air, and he brought you in so many, or right?